From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Telling the awful truth, no matter what the consequences. Risking our lives, ladies and gentlemen. I need your prayers. And I was about to let David Paul Hammer go, who is in Terre Haute, Indiana, on death row. He was at the other Supermax before they even built it with McVeigh. He's been interviewed by the LA Times and others. It's a fact that he knew McVeigh. And Terry Nichols separately has filed affidavits saying the same thing, declarations with Jesse Trinidad, the lawyer whose brother was tortured to death and killed in the cover-up. They thought he was one of their operatives. It's been confirmed he wasn't. This is just so horrible. But you were saying something. I said, well, I'll try to get back in touch with you in the next few weeks. And you said, well, if I'm not dead, again, specifically, you're not planning to commit suicide. Restate what you said, sir.
No, Alex, I'm not planning to commit suicide. And if anything happens to me, what I told you was, I'd like to talk to you again in a few weeks, assuming that they don't kill me. I won't say that I'm paranoid about what they might do, but I am somewhat fearful. I know that it's the government and they can pretty much do anything. So I know what they did with Kenneth Trinidad, and I've seen what they have done to other inmates. So there's a certain bit of fear about talking out, but I believe it's worth it. And if something was to happen to me, then I will have given my life for a good cause, the truth. I think there's no better cause than the truth, and the truth about Oklahoma City just hasn't come out yet, at least not officially.
All right. Again, on death row for, you said you were arguing and fighting with your cellmate and strangled him. All I know is your case fits with everything else we've seen and all the documentation and what others said they were with McVeigh, and just a bombshell interview. And we're going to pray for you so this information gets out. David Paul Hammer, one more time, your website.
It's www.deadly-secrets.com. And Alex, I thank you, and I thank your listeners for tuning in and hearing what I have to say.
Well, if we don't stand together, we're going to hang separate, and it's just amazing. And I wish it wasn't true. I wish there wasn't all these government documents that have come out thanks to Trinidad's lawsuits. And I mean, it came out that the FBI terrorism head was there and lied about it. It turned out it was just all an operation. It's scary to have to get on air and confront these people, but they're going to keep doing it if we don't expose them. What about our children? What about our future? What about our society if we just capitulate to this Nazi, style garbage?
Alex, we don't want, as a people, we don't want to believe that our government could do something like this. But time and time again, history has shown that our government has done things that are very disgraceful to us. So, I mean, I don't think it's such a stretch to believe that the government had some hand in Oklahoma City. To what extent, I'm not certain.
Well, a great article on this subject is the Trinidad case, a cover-up that won't stay covered, by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, if people want to learn more about this case becoming a window into everything that's happened. David Paul Hammer, anything else?
No, I just want to say thank you again, and people do something. Let your voice be heard on Oklahoma City.
Well, it's been used to demonize the Patriot movement. They've ordered the Hatari militia released, but the feds have filed to keep them in prison. Turns out that's a complete setup. And it's just amazing. All right, well, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again. His first interview in 11 years. No law, no nothing, no gag order. They prison just won't let him talk to anybody, and now they're cracking down, and now they want to be able to arrest any citizen secretly, hand them over to the Pentagon, and you disappear into a black hole. That's the news headline, strip terrorist suspects of U.S. citizenship. This is for all of us. None of us are safe. David Paul Hammer, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Alex.
All right, go with God. Oh, man. When we got contacted and confirmed through the sources and through the legal people, that this is, when I see this stuff, I don't even want to cover it because it's so sick, it's so painful, it's so bad. And I know why we're a nation in denial, because people just don't want to believe this. But it's millions of times worse than even Oklahoma City. I mean, it's a Pulitzer Prize-winning book by one of the chief lawyers in Nuremberg on IG Farben and the U.S. government and how they took the Nazi plans to put fluoride in the water to partially sterilize us, reduce fertility, and brain damage us. I mean, what is that, IG Farben, Crime and Punishment? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. It's just, why? I mean, these black op operators that bombed the building, your kids are drinking fluoride water? Why? Well, they get in these macho cultures, and they're told, you know, these militias are dangerous, follow your orders, and they find the psychological types of troops. I mean, it was declassified in 2004. It was leaked on WikiLeaks, and the government confirmed it was real. The current Army manual, at least by 2004, it actually came out in 2006, it was a 2004 manual for captains and above who were in special ops, how to stage terror attacks. I mean, it's standard. And you know, it's just, we got all these secret agents running around. They're a bunch of killers. And, of course, they carried out 9/11 as well. And they're getting ready to launch World War III with Iran. And why? Why have we allowed pure evil to take over our government? I apologize to Bob Chapman having to hold for 14 minutes, but I know he understands with this death row call, the first in 11 years that's made it out. And by the grace of God, just luck of the Irish, whatever, we always are able to get the job done. But it doesn't even shake me up. It overwhelms me. Bob Chapman, what did you think about the info you just heard?
Truly heartbreaking. And that's what I've been fighting for over 50 years. And it just gets worse and worse and worse, and they get more brazen and more arrogant, and we are going to beat them. But you people have got to help us. You've got to help this gentleman who's been incarcerated for 11 years. We got to get that story out to everybody and let the people know how deranged their government is in many, many aspects.
Deranged is the word. They enjoy it, too. It's like I enjoy going fishing and watching a thunderstorm blow in. I just enjoy a cheeseburger. I don't want to screw anybody over. I don't want to steal anything. And I just the general public, too, so many of them, the arrogance, the envy, the evil. I'm sorry, Bob. You know, you were in military intelligence before you became the biggest gold and silver private broker out there, and then had the biggest newsletter out there and helped publish Gary Allen's book, None Dare Call It Conspiracy, 50 years fighting. I want to get into the economy, but again, it's surreal. They're openly saying the euro may collapse. Sarkozy's threatening to pull out. Trilateral Commission wants war with Iran. U.S. faces same problems as Greece, says Bank of England. We may collapse, London Telegraph. European power brokers openly announce world government, present proposal for new economic and political order run by the crooks. Okay. And it's like it's not even real. It's just all happening, Bob.
And nothing's a rearguard action. It's all attack. And they're not going to take any prisoners. And we're getting to them. Big. Believe me, I know we are. As I hear, you see it in the emails that you're getting in from people. They're coming in from all over the world. I mean, why would they have you and I over in Europe on radio and television?
And you're hunted. You have to travel all over the world. You're hunted